Good morning and welcome to an absolute bucket list park. I cannot believe we're walking down here to the entrance of Carowinds. Very, very excited to experience all of the 14 different roller coasters here, including what has been a bucket list coaster since it opened, and it is just testing now. Oh my God, it's Fury 325. Look at this amazing structure. And if you haven't guessed the height of it, it's 325 foot, and it looks absolutely fantastic as it dips and dives all around here, all these different elements, all these different turns and curves. I am absolutely pumped. But yeah, that's just one of 14 roller coasters. And oh my God, this looks incredible. Let me spin you around. It's got some speed going up there into that first turn around. Blimey. Oh yes. B&M. We've already seen the hyper coaster over there testing as well. That's right, they've got a B&M hyper over there and a B&M giga here. Straight down there underneath the path. When they opened this, they completely redid the entrance area and put all this in up here. I think it looks incredible. Park dates back to 1973, I think it was, when this opened, and it's owned by Cedar Fair. Of course, the same company that owned the likes of Cedar Point, Kings Island, Knott's Berry Farm, and here we go. This is exciting. Are you excited, boys? This is it. Like,
I'll tell you what, if you've always got that nice B&M roll that we used to hearing it race around that track, ripping up speed as it goes by, it's going to be very good.
And look at that support structure. If you haven't noticed already in the footage, look at that. It's got a massive section where it's just not supported at all. Honestly, what an amazing design from B&M. I mean, some of these newer B&Ms aren't that forceful. I've been looking forward to getting on this because, in my opinion, this is the ride what got B&M back in the game. Welcome to Carowinds. This is like a wrestling boxing music or something. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought I recognised it. But here we go. Welcome to Carowinds. Oh, there we go. There's an echo. Yeah, they got me doing the announcement. Right, let's go. Nice little photo point. And Fury's sending again. Must be on 2 trains. Right then, so we're inside the park. Quite a nice entrance area down here. Not much in terms of like buildings at the side, just some small little booths. Carowinds Grove over there. Some sort of complex what they've got. Right, we're going straight in with it, I think, aren't we, this morning? Yeah. Straight to the big boy.
We're not chancing it today, we're just getting it done.
Just in case the weather does take a turn for the worse. I mean, it doesn't look amazing today, but in terms of Brett's weather storm reports, we're looking okay, aren't we?
We're looking at not much sun today, but a lot of cloud cover, but not many storms at all.
Which is good.
Just in his. Yeah, it's going to be dry today.
Yeah, okay. There we go, looks like we're just being held here, and then it's straight down to Fury. I assume we're going to have to be paying for lockers here. That seems to be the theme at some of these parks.
I think this is the case at this park, especially the main coasters, the hyper, the giga, and I think the inverter lockers. So
hopefully we can buy like a locker pass to keep changing things. But here we go, time for the national anthem, and then we'll be in. Right then, so we're inside the park. Look at this, Fury 325. We've got a bit of a crowd making the way down here, but blimey, I've wanted to see this for a while. This coaster opened in 2015, B&M Giga Coaster. Oh, it's weird saying that. Look at this. Look at that nice entrance sign. That's a good thing with Cedar Fair. There's some good entrance signs, and look at this. Have we got lockers? Over here with the lockers. Right, let's get sorted. And yeah, I'll get plenty of off-ride footage for you all. No on-ride footage, of course. I'm sure you're all used to that by now from this trip. Yeah, let's get some lockers. Let's get in the queue. Fury 325, let's go.
other large metal objects. All bags must be inspected. Please open your bag and place it on the screening table for inspection by a member of our security team. Weapons of any kind are not...
So we've just come off Fury 325, where firstly we did a back row, then we went straight back round and did a front row, and we've done that all within about half an hour, which is really good. Anyway, my first impression from doing the back row was a little bit like, ooh, I wasn't actually that keen on the ride. However, then from doing a front row, oh my God. So let me tell you through the overall ride. The big difference for me between the front and the back was actually the intensity. Normally on a coaster, you go to the back, it's a lot more intense. With Fury 325, when you get to the bottom of that huge drop, you get what I like to call the top door drags the cheeks, where you're going like this, you get that G-force. That was absolutely incredible at the bottom of there. With this ride, it's not really about the airtime, and I knew that before going on. However, I did expect a little bit more airtime, especially on them couple of hills at the end, but it does trim just before it goes into those. I tell you what though, my favourite element of the ride there, from the front row, was definitely the bottom of that drop, because you could feel a ridiculous amount of intensity. That was brilliant. Some of the other corners and turnaround sections were really, really good on there as well, especially one just before the main turnaround section that starts to bring you under the tunnel and back down to this end. You've got like a little corner, it's really like not far off the ground at all. That was ridiculously intense, and overall I really enjoyed that coaster. You know what, it's maybe not quite what I was expecting fully, however I think it's a brilliant ride. More to come on it later on, and I'm glad we've had to go on Fury 325. But that drop on the front row was special. Definitely a front row coaster for me though, that one, and don't go on expecting loads of airtime. What do you think?
I personally would take that over Mako, however not Shambhala for me. It's a great ride. I agree, front row ride, we all agree. I think everybody who's been on it back in front row today has all said the same thing, even guests that we don't know and we've heard opinions of. It's great, you really do feel the forces. Again, I'm going to do the top drill cheek now.
Never really felt that on a B&M before.
It was crazy. Really smooth though at the same time, as much as you're feeling the force in your faces, the wind and the breeze blowing through your body. It's crazy, it's a great ride.
Yeah, really, it's the most intense B&M coaster I've ever been on. Like I say, I'm used to Intamin's giving me that force, not a B&M. What do you think, Brett? Enjoy it? Oh.
Worried when we got off on the back. We both looked at each other when we hit the brake.
We didn't say anything to each other, did we? We looked at each other like...
A bit shot like, is that it? That's what it's given us. But then we went around the front row and it stepped up. And it was a great ride. I mean, obviously, there's not much air time, but the speed and the views and the height of the ride is just makes it a great coaster. Whether I'd take it over any of the other sort of B&M Hyper/Gigas, can't decide yet, but it was still an incredible ride and a great for the skyline.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll get a night ride on that tonight, definitely. Right, straight into our next cred. Got a nice wooden coaster there, looking forward to this, and it's walk on. Let's go.
The train is now leaving the station.
I'm going to make a bold 2-in-1 statement here and say that Hurler, the wooden coaster that we've just come off, is the worst wooden roller coaster I've ever been on. And I've done a lot of wooden roller coasters, and yeah, that was absolutely terrible. It was like the monorail of wooden coasters, that thing. It was absolutely awful. So, in terms of the restraint design and the trains, they weren't too bad, but the actual ride itself was terrible. So yeah, you came down this first drop just here that you can see behind me, straight into a trim brake at the bottom, and then it was just loads of little hills and corners, hardly any banking or anything like that. Honestly, it was terrible. It doesn't even deserve more than like a minute worth in this vlog talking about it. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. Nothing, like no airtime, not really any laterals. It was just poor coaster. What did you think, boys? Oh, what's going on here? I think the Brett? Oh, Alex, are you all right? Yeah, you're off the ride now. I don't even know if we left the station, to be honest, on that thing.
I think it was just the pre-show.
I mean, have you got anything you want to add about that, or?
That was just a
Did you mention that it was quite boring and not very good?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you covered everything.
Yeah, it was. I just don't think there's anything better that we can say about that.
The only good thing is the retract parts of it.
Yeah, they have retract parts of it. It wasn't too rough either. I'm not saying it was the worst because of the roughness. I wish it was a bit more rough.
I think it's the one coaster I wish was rough because it was so slow.
Hurler.
I've had more intense rides on the People Mover at Disney World than that.
It opened in 1994, that, and it was absolutely terrible. Well, there you go. That's all it's worth in this vlog. Right then, so welcome to Blue Ridge Junction, and that can mean only one thing. It's time to try out the new ride here at Carowinds for 2019. It opened back in March, and it's just round this corner. It's called Copperhead Strike.
Copperhead Strike! Copperhead Strike! It's over there. 5 inversions.
50 miles an hour.
50 miles an hour on a Mack ride. What more could we ask for?
And with this being Cedar Fair, of course, it's going to have a bit of theming around it. And look at the station.
The ride, water slides. What more could you want?
He's singing about everything. Look at that, we've got a fire down there as well.
Nice fireplace, not out of place.
I didn't know how to do with the singing. But it does look very, very nice around here. Look at this. All the station area, and probably one of my favourite ever photo opportunities with a ride, the Copperhead Strike sign down here with the loop just behind it. We're going to be launching straight into that. I love sausage rolls. Yeah. Always on 3 trains as well. Stacking a little bit up there, but here we go. I've looked forward to riding this. Yeah, like we just sung about, 5 inversions, 50 miles an hour. We got an inversion straight out of the station. We then got a little indoor scene. We launch out into this loop. Looks like a lot of hang time on this. It goes very, very slow over that. And then yeah, we've actually got a launch on an airtime hill that takes us up around into the elements up the top there. So really looking forward to this, but look at that photo opportunity. Get that on Instagram. New for this year, few months old, it's Copperhead Strike. Let's go. Yeah. Singing, I love sausage rolls. Here we go, get ready.
Singing,
I love
sausage rolls.
Yeah, oh, here she comes. Oh, hang time there. Good old Mack rides, Mack launch coaster. Right, let's go. Copperhead Strike was absolutely awesome. That was so much better than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be great. However, it was actually quite intense in some sections. But of course, I'll talk you through a bit of the ride. Came out of the station into that first inversion, a ridiculous amount of hang time. That is what this coaster is all about. That's what it's famous for, that hang time, and it certainly didn't disappoint. As soon as you came out of that first inversion, round into the building where the first launch is, not a very snappy launch. These Mack coasters aren't really known for that. However, then went straight out of all that lovely theming in there, into the launch and up into the first loop that it took really slowly. The amount of hang time there was incredible, and the fact there was the other bit of track just underneath it worked as a really good near-miss element when you were coming round there. Following on from that, make your way through loads of different twists and turns before going into numerous different elements throughout the ride. And my personal favourite, there was just the fact that you got the launch on the airtime hill, then up into that top hat and then round into another loop. I thought it was brilliant. The most intense part of the ride was just before that second loop, where the train's on a nice sideways angle. I thought that was brilliant. To be honest, that coaster is absolutely stunning. I just really enjoyed it. To be honest, I'd probably take that personally over Fury 325. Of course, it's nowhere near as intense, but in terms of the experience of that as well, the operations, it's running 3 trains on there consistently. It has got a seatbelt on the restraint, which is a bit different. However, it didn't really take away from the ride because I just enjoy that style of restraint. So glad that we've been on that. What an awesome coaster, and one of my favourites of the trip actually. I love Mack coasters, and that was just so intense, really snappy. It felt just as snappy as Helix. Overall, I still do prefer Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that's a much bigger Mack coaster, but that has got a lot more elements to it. Of course, having the 5 inversions and a lot more in terms of, with Icon, there's a lot of nice twists and turns. However, they take them quite slow towards the end of Icon's layout, whereas with that, it actually took the twists and turns a lot faster. 50 mile an hour top speed on there. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a brilliant family coaster, and I'm glad to have got on that. Copperhead Strike, what a ride. Here's Alex. Just
favourite family coaster.
Walking over from the rest room there.
Family coaster. Before you asked me, I loved it. Copperhead Strike was great fun. Launch incredible, airtime incredible, the sideways ejector fantastic, great theming around the queue line as well, package coaster.
It's one of my favourite coasters of the trip.
I think so.
Like, I really enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed it. Definitely my favourite family coaster in the entire world. I absolutely love it.
I wasn't expecting that to be better than Fury 325, but it was for me personally.
And I think I'd take it over Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach personally. I mean,
wow.
I really enjoyed that coaster.
I did. I thought it was great.
And the thing is, as much as, you know, it's got a lot of similarities to Icon in terms of how the launches feel, and, you know, some of the snappy moments on it, there was just a little bit extra on this coaster that I really enjoyed, especially the theming as well. Really made it for me. And some of those ejector moments, my goodness, you thought you were really...
There was some brilliant ejector airtime on the back row.
Was out of this world. From the second you're out of that station, you got 3 seconds of hang time. You come over to the first launch, you go into the first loop, another 3 or 4 seconds of hang time. It's insane.
Like, that first loop was brilliant, and the fact you've got the near miss with the track underneath as well, like the head chopper.
So good.
Brilliant. I mean, Brett's not a massive fan of Mack coasters, are you really?
It rode a lot better than it looked.
It does.
It looks really slow off ride. I mean, it's still, to me personally, is missing a few things. I mean, the launch is just a bit weak, but considering the top speed and the height of the ride, they've really done a good job. I mean, it's not, when you look at it, it's not a big piece of land.
It's not, it's very compact, isn't it?
Big layout for how short it is. The theming's great, and the little pre-show before the launch is great. The juju roll before you get to go in's got some crazy hang time.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than I thought, but still nowhere near as good as Fury for me.
No, it's, I'm glad you enjoyed it though. I mean, like, you know, Mack coasters aren't for everyone. I know there's actually a lot of people out there that don't really like Mack coasters that much, but you've got to go out there and try their different ones. Me personally, I'm a firm believer that Helix is the best Mack ride ever that's been built, and even Roland Mack said that himself when he went on it. And I think it'll take a lot for anything to beat Helix in terms of a Mack ride for me. But yeah, Copperhead Strike, I love the theme, I love the colour scheme. Everything about it I think is fantastic.
I imagine if Copperhead Strike has some of the key elements that Helix manages to obtain in another park somewhere, take away the family aspect of the coaster and put in some really thrilling, intense moments around some landscaping, I think there could be a Helix close by, if not a Helix beat available one day.
I think
kind of coaster
depending on where it is as well, like, 'cause obviously Helix, it's all about the hillside.
I mean, if the right park can get the right place, the right coaster, the right theme, the right style, with those kind of trains, those kind of moments, could be onto a winner there.
But yeah, the whole area, Blue Ridge Junction, it's great. It's good to see Cedar Fair going down all the themed routes, and I really enjoyed it. Fantastic coaster that, really, really good fun. Celebrating 20 years of flight. Up next, it's time to ride Afterburn. Heard a lot of good stuff about this. Look at it, I'm not too keen on the net here though. I mean,
being intense, this is going to be
1999, 20 years old, what, 6 inversions I think on this?
Yeah, it's got the bat wing. Like on one too.
Oh, I think we're in for a good ride here.
Who's the net?
What's that?
Who's the net?
That thing there, Annette. Yeah, she's hanging up. She's hanging up from the tree. But yeah, this looks really good. And I like how it's all in the trees as well. Certainly, I bet the landscaping's grown a lot around here since it opened.
Loving these tunnels too.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be good. These older B&M inverts are absolutely awesome. Your standard style trains on there, no vest restraints to be seen, which is what we want. And look at this, they've actually added the theming onto the coaster support. That's interesting. Wonder if they got B&M to actually do that extra support there, because it certainly looks like it's a B&M support. How weird's that? But here we go. Looking forward to riding this. That's a nice large loop there. Oh. Let's go on Afterburn. Afterburn, back row ride. I enjoyed it. It's not one of my favourite inverted coasters, that one from B&M. However, it had some snappy moments, some intensity, but it was just really nice how it went all through the trees, that one. You couldn't really see much of the layout, other than the first drop really that's over the car park. Fantastic first drop into that nice large loop. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was quite intense in some areas. However, there was other bits that was lacking a little bit. But it was a really good, solid B&M coaster. I mean, I'm just enjoying this park a lot. I think when you've been at a Six Flags park the day before, you come into Cedar Fair and it makes everything look amazing. And I tell you what though, the park just upkeep and maintenance, it just looks so much better than what you do get down at the Six Flags park. Right then, so we just had a bit of food. Absolutely lovely. We ate in the new restaurant down by Copperhead Strike. Enjoyed it in there. And here we go, next up we're going on Nighthawk. Never done one of these before, I've always wanted to give one a go. It's a Vekoma Flying Dutchman. Basically their version of a flying coaster. Owned here in 2004. Look at this. So we've been waiting 1 hour and 10 minutes up until this point for Nighthawk. Let's hope that it's going to be worth it. We've waited a long time. It is running 2 trains. Never done one of these before, so we wanted to do it, but yeah, it's been a bit of a long wait, this one. It's getting a bit warm now. Humidity is rising, but we have had some nice fans in the queue back there. Not fans of the channel, some actual fans, and they're spraying a bit of water on us, so it's not been too bad with that, but yeah, it's been a bit of a long wait, this one. Let's hope it's worth it.
Upright seated position. At that time, release the ball and push forward on your lap doors. Please remember to collect all of your belongings as you exit to your right and hold until you have returned to your upright seated position. At that time, release the ball and push forward on your lap
Right, that thing was absolutely dreadful. One of my least favourite roller coasters ever. And I tell you what, it's definitely one of Alex's least favourite roller coasters because we've lost Alex. Like, he's not dead, we've not lost him in that way. But we've lost him for medical grounds.
Got a leave of absence, not feeling his best right now.
No, he hit his head a little bit on the ride because of the restraints. I'll go into that in a moment from my review. And he's gone to the medical centre at the moment. So Alex is off on medical grounds. We just spent quite a bit of time with him there, half hour or so. And he's said to us he wants us to carry on.
Yeah, which is
with our day.
So make sure he's all right. You know, anything with the head is not great.
No, head injuries you got to check out. I mean, it's not like bruised or anything. I think a bit tired and warm. We waited what, an hour and 20?
An hour and 20, yeah. Like
probably an hour and a half by the time we'd had the ride. But yeah, so he's said carry on. We've just sat with him for a bit. He's with the medical team and he's got no bruise or anything like that. So I don't think he's too bad, luckily. He's actually going to be going to like another restaurant area. He's going to sit in there in the air conditioning and have a chill. So yeah, Alex's review of that, I think it's probably his least favourite coaster ever. But yeah, for me, the restraints on that are awful because it's not like a proper vest restraint, is it? It's like you clip it on yourself.
It's like a flexible vest restraint, but then once you get going, it locks really tight, doesn't it?
Yeah, bit strange. In terms of the ride, Dinghy Road was quite intense, but because of that whole restraint, I didn't feel that safe on it, to be honest. I can see why it's trying to phase those out. I mean, one got demolished recently. Yeah, with that, I'm not a massive fan of it at all. It was weird loading system, the fact that you lower down on your back and then go up the lift hill backwards. It was a bit different. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the 4D coasters, what I've done with that, but no, I wasn't a massive fan. The best thing of it is that you can't really see where you're going, can you?
Yeah, it's a very intense ride. Actually, I think the layout's alright. The main problem I have with that ride is once you get done, you're sitting on the brake run, laying backwards, because the way that one works, it's not like the one that was at Kings Island where they had the double load station. It's just a one loading station, so you have to wait for everyone to load on. When
good 5 minutes we were waiting there.
Backwards in the sun, so it's not great.
But there you go, we've still got some big rides to get on here, including Intimidator, or as Brett's been calling it, Intimidator. But this is Intimidator 305, that's coming up. But yeah, this is another one. This is a B&M Hyper coaster. We've already done a B&M Giga today. We've got the Hyper coming up. However, we was going to do that next. However, because we've just come down to the medical centre, we decided to just get one of these junior coasters in first.
It's like a classic Arrow Mine.
Yeah, Arrow Mine Train. So we'll give this one a ride, show some off-ride footage, and we'll let you know what we think when we come off. But yeah, poor old Alex, eh? We've battled it on this trip, haven't we?
Make some noise. Show your right.
A nice ride there on the Carolina Goldrusher, opened in 1973, Arrow Mine Train, and yeah, it was quite a short one, that one of my least favourite ones of those that I've done. But at least we had a ride on it. It had like quite a nice upwards helix, and then at the end of the ride, a downwards helix. A couple of lift hills on there, a few drops, but it wasn't really about the drops on that. It was more about just some fast turns in places. But at least we've been on it, we've got the cred. Let's keep going because we've got a B&M Hyper coaster to go on. Can't believe it, we did the Giga coaster this morning. We've got a Hyper to go and get on now. I must say, humidity, it is really, really hot today. Another really humid one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this park. I like Carowinds, a lot better than what I was expecting. And yeah, just look at it, really nice. Quite a few different flat rides here as well. Got that Vekoma Boomerang to go on later. It's got quite a big queue at the moment, so I thought we'd leave it for now. Chair swings. Over here we've got a Mondale Top Scan. There we are, look at that. I mean, I'll give it a ride later if I get time. Yeah, it's very, very nice around here. It's a nice park, this is. You can tell that they've done a lot of work around here as well because of Copperhead Strike opening up this year. All the paths have been done. That's where we had lunch. The Blue Ridge Country Kitchen. Big cube of Copperhead. I'll definitely be getting another go on there later though. As long as I get the other creds, I'll be over there later. There is one junior coaster that I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to go on or not without a child. So we might have to do what we did at Kings Island and see if there's anyone who wants to ride with us so we can get the credit. If not, it's not the end of the world, but I'd like to get it if possible. Right, let's get over a little ride on Intimidator. Right then, so here it is, the park's B&M Hypercoaster. It stands at just over 230 feet. Opened here in 2010. And here we go. How are we on the lockers? Bags in? Oh, that's a great view there of Fury 325. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it's an awesome structure, isn't it? Wow. And down that first drop. Oh. Really do love how the chain return is actually built into it as well. It doesn't have it underneath. Here we go. Now we're looking on the key line, not too bad. Yeah, half an hour. Here we go, let's get over a ride on this. Another credit, we're doing well now. We're getting through these. Another one over there to get. Oh, I do really like how you can see the train up close here whilst you're waiting in line. What are all them stickers at the front? All sponsorship on there, like Goodyear and stuff. There we go. Oh yeah, this isn't too bad. It's only one run up here. Straight down that way, up the steps into the station. We'll see you when we come off. Intimidator. Or, as Brett's been calling it,
Intimidator.
How many trims is there, do you know yet? Or
There's 2 big boys on it.
2 big boy trims. Right. Great, what did they do again? What's it do? Yeah, alright, okay. Let's go on. There's a back row seat there, empty. Could have been on there.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
So we've just done what we was calling Intimidator. However, I'm just going to call it Intimidator because that was alright, that. Don't get me wrong, there's still 2 trims on there that were in action. However, that wasn't too bad. I got some really good airtime on that. The first drop was really coming out of my seat, like some of the other hypercoasters I've done, like Mako and Shambhala, Silver Star. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. I thought the turnaround was a bit weird. You go down the first drop, and up into like a weird turnaround element to the right. Profiling just looks really weird. However, I thought it rode okay. And then a few different airtime hills. But yeah, it's a couple of trims, but I really quite enjoyed that. I think it was a nice layout, a nice helix down towards the end. And yeah, got some good airtime. Like that, I'd take that over the high point I did at Kings Island over Diamondback. Yeah,
I would too personally. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it.
It rode pretty good. Yeah, the trims didn't really trim that hard.
No.
Restraints we weren't stapling too much, so we got some nice air.
3 train operation on there as well.
Yeah, I mean the trains themselves are a bit ugly to look at, but
yeah, it's one of the ugliest hypercoasters out there. Yeah. But it rode okay, that did.
It was a lot better than we expected, so it's always nice to get a surprise, isn't it?
We wasn't expecting much at all there, were we?
So maybe that was because our expectations were a bit lower. We enjoyed it more.
We was also told by a fan of the channel who we were chatting to in the queue line that the trims have been like toned down a little bit recently, so maybe that's what helps with it. Anyway, another B&M coaster now. It's our final B&M to get on in this park, and it's Vortex. It's a stand-up coaster. I think we get to it round this way to the left through this wonderful area that's called Carousel Park, with a carousel in the middle. I'll spin you guys round in a second so you can see it. It's lovely round here. Nice carousel that. Very nice area of the park. And here we go, this opened in 1992. Features 2 inversions, quite a short ride this one. Here we go, Vortex. Nice entrance sign, quite like the logo for that. It's one thing I really like at these Cedar Fair parks. They do some really nice logos for their attractions. And to be honest, I don't think we're going to be waiting too long here, Brett. Just up the steps.
I think it's only on one train, but still.
Two trains, I think.
Oh yeah,
two trains, yeah, that one's down there on the brake run.
Didn't see that one.
It's going to be, what, 10 minutes maybe? I mean, they're a bit of faff, aren't they, these coasters?
Yeah.
Faff the ride in terms of getting everything, getting you on, but hashtag faff the ride, do you like that?
New name.
That's what I'm calling them, but here we go. I must say, trains look quite nice with the red restraint over there. So let's go on Vortex. Just on Vortex, that B&M stand-up coaster from '92. Yeah, nowhere near as good as the one we did yesterday at Six Flags Over Georgia. That was really good. That's the best stand-up coaster I've been on. With this one here, I'm going to call it Brake Run the Ride because we were sat on the brake run at the end there for a good at least 5 or 6 minutes whilst they were sorting out the other train in the station. By the time we'd come back, we had to wait a couple of minutes and the restraints hadn't even gone down on the train in the station, so it took a long time, but yeah, a couple of inversions on there. The loop was quite fun and a corkscrew on there as well. Some of the other transitions on there were quite poor. We've been on it, we've got the cred. Next coaster, 2002 Mack Rides Wild Mouse called Ricochet. So we're going to give this a go. Bit of theming around here as well. Reminds me of like Newport Bay Club Hotel at Disneyland Paris. Like the little lighthouse what they've got out there on the water. Yeah, humidity, it is so hot today, it really is. But here we go, here's the coaster. Let's go and have a ride on Ricochet. Much trimming action on that one. Normally you go through like them mid-course brake runs and get slowed down quite a bit, but not on that one. It was running quite nicely, that was. Oh my God, I'm so hot. It is absolutely crazy today, it really is. You just got to keep hydrated, keep that sun cream topped up. Yeah, it's really, really hot. Up next, we're going on a 1980 Arrow Looper. Here we go, looking forward to this. 2 loops, double corkscrew just here going across. And yeah, it's got a really weird track colour, this. It's got like orange track, yellow track. Yeah, it just keeps changing all the way around, isn't it? Blue up the top there as well. A bit weird, but this is the Carolina Cyclone. So here we go. There's the entrance sign. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for this. To be honest, this area of the park doesn't seem that busy around here. There's that god-awful wooden roller coaster that we did earlier. I mean, that was terrible, wasn't it? It was awful. Absolutely awful.
A bunch of straight sections of the ride.
I tell you what, that was alright though, wasn't it? Oh, this is the exit. Have we come around the wrong way? I don't know, that was the entrance sign. I don't know, it says exit there.
No, that is...
Yeah. Yeah, that's the disabled entrance. We need to be going down this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, down this way. There's the big sign. It's a bit misleading, isn't it? It must be just down here on the right.
Oh yeah, we have to go under there.
Here we go. But yeah,
This might be. I'm not being negative, but this might be one of the ugliest looking roller coasters. This paint job is horrendous.
doesn't look great, does it? In terms of the layout, though, it does look very familiar with this. I don't think it's got the helix over there, but it's a bit like Python at F-Telling. However, it's not got the helix over there, and it's not quite as tall, I don't think. Here we go. Cyclone entrance. Oh my God, we had a bit of a grey out on there.
Wow, that was really weird. I mean, we literally went through the loop and I was like, oh my God.
And I went as well. I wasn't expecting that through the first loop, wasn't it? Like, that was crazy. But I said before going on that it didn't have that little helix at the end. I thought it didn't, but it's actually like dug into the trench, isn't it? So yeah, it is the same layout as Python, and there's a few of this layout out there.
Actually, it rode pretty well.
It rode quite well. The train quality is not very good though, is it, on there, like plastic trains? But we're being on 1980. We've actually got 4 coasters left to go on. I tell you what, it's a coaster heavy part, this. However, there's no water rides here, we found out.
Not one water
There is a
ride.
water park, but there isn't actually like a log flume or rapids or anything like that.
Apparently,
The day we need
the
it.
last 3 water rides, they've taken them all out for all coasters.
Other rides, which is interesting.
And there's no monorails, there's no nothing. Is
No, no steam train, no monorail. It's very coaster heavy, this park.
Flat ride heavy.
Quite a few flats. We've got an observation tower that we've got to do at some point, but most importantly, 4 coasters. We've got a Vekoma Boomerang next, and then we've got a wooden junior coaster, a Vekoma Family Suspended, and a little, I think it's an ENF Miller Family Coaster. So let's continue onwards and upwards.
Through, we're getting there.
We're getting there. Right then, next up it's time to ride on the Flying Cobras, which is actually a Vekoma Boomerang. And it's not called just Boomerang. I'm really happy about that. I quite like the logo. I think there's some nice branding on that. There we go, I'm looking forward to it. So let's go on this one. I think Alex is actually coming down to meet us now. He says he's feeling a lot better. He's been sat in the air conditioning. So we're expecting Alex's arrival imminently. Oh my God, look at this massive hat that I'm wearing. Like, they gave it to me on the Vekoma Boomerang and they were like, yeah, wear this for the whole ride. I'm joking. But here we go, look at these. He's like, oh, you know what, I can't wear it with a cap. But yeah, that was one of the best boomerangs I've ever been on. Quite enjoyed it. Nice and smooth. Got some brilliant trains on there with lots of details. And also with that as well, it had the Vespa trains, them new trains, so it was quite good fun. Unfortunately at the end, it lost it a bit when it came into the brakes. It was a little bit jolty, but apart from that, it was good. Anyway, we've got a big reveal because he's back. Alex is here, there we go. How's that?
This is the weirdest medical remedy I've ever had in my entire life for riding the Vekoma flying coaster. What they insisted, Sean told me, it's on Google, so it must be true, that you have to wear this on your head all day to feel better after riding tough roller coasters.
I definitely didn't tell him that.
Why do I have to wear this?
You don't have to wear it, you can take it off.
God.
How's your head? Is it alright?
Yeah, it's fine now. I've had a bit of a fresh air, a bit of a sit there. Ow! Oh, I was going to stand by that. Look at
Oh
that.
wow.
Oh, that was really
This
sore,
bar's
that
trying to
one.
get you today.
Yeah, someone's trying to get Vekoma.
Yeah.
Pulling me in Vekoma. Yeah, I feel better now. I think I just got a little bit shook up the heat. We were out in that exposed sun for about 80 minutes on that flying.
I don't think you ate your head really that much, did you, on that?
I think I was just dehydrated and I think I blacked out. I'm back now and I'm ready to ride more rides. So let's.
He's back when it's time for all the kiddie coasters, but here we go.
No. Intimidator is not a kiddie coaster.
I'm sure you'll be able to get them all in there. There's still 4 hours, so you can go around and get them
Plenty
in.
of time.
but
I intend to get Fury 325 at night time.
That's the plan. Let's go do some more rides. Really really do like this park. I'm enjoying my day here at Carowinds very much. It's not actually the biggest park out there, but it makes it easy to get to various different rides and all them different 14 coasters that are on offer here. And here we go, we're going on Kiddie now. Here it is. Opened in 2003, this one. One of those Vekoma family suspended coasters. It'll only be running one train, this, because they all do. But yeah, to be honest, doesn't look too bad. Yeah, straight down there. So yeah, let's go and have a ride. Brett, we've just been to do the shopping, haven't we?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because that thing rode like a shopping trolley. We've just been down to Walmart. That was terrible. But I tell you what, Vekoma have come a long way with that concept. Like judder all the way around, wasn't it?
So much headbanging. It wasn't even like we were going fast, it was just like...
It had the same style restraints as a suspended looping coaster, just like an SLC. It was rough, that was. It was rough.
You were halfway there. You said Walmart, but you said shopping trolley. It's a shopping cart.
Oh, you don't want to say over here, is it?
Shopping cart at Walmart.
Shopping cart at Walmart. I mean, what are you doing, Alex? He's not come on that either. What's going on with these creds? Are you getting them today or not?
I mean, sounding like your description there, I think I made a wise choice. The thing is, Sean, I've got to be honest with you. My head is still a little bit woo from earlier on, so I am taking my time with rides. However, I am still doing them, and I am wanting to go on Intimidator and definitely Fury 325 at night time, 100%.
So we're still doing some rides?
Oh yeah.
Right, let's carry on. Well, I must say this junior area around here is very nice. Apparently it's had some upgrades recently. And next up we're going on this wooden coaster built in 1975 by Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters. Is Woodstock Express.
I'm not singing the song Starlight Express again.
Not for this one.
But I'm excited for this coaster a lot. I do really like these woodies.
Little junior wooden coaster. To be honest, the queue's not too bad. Just straight down here. So here we go. One more left after this. So then me and Brett have got all the creds in this part. Don't know if we're going to be able to get it though, because it's a very small coaster. So we'll see what happens with that one. But we can definitely get the Woodstock. It's all been painted up. Looks really nice. Look at this. Oh yeah, all purple trains. I like this a lot. I actually built something like this in Planet Coaster recently. So we just come off Woodstock Express and Alex was walking down here. It's a good job he looks, because look at that. That is close. Like, we'd have some more head injuries. You'd be back in the medical centre, wouldn't you?
Hey, I tell you what, I got free milk in the medical centre, so I was very, very
look
happy.
at that, that's a bit close. But it's an old Woody. How was that?
It was very, very good, yeah. Definitely better than, what was the one we did earlier called again?
Hurler.
Sorry, but you have to remind me of these things. My head's hurting that much.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as much as the, what was the map coaster called again?
Copperhead Strike.
Copperhead Strike. And I certainly didn't enjoy it as much as, what was the one we did at the start this morning, the really short one? Fury 325, no. It was really good, I enjoyed it, great ride. And honestly, for a family coaster, got some good airtime on that.
I enjoyed that, it's a clone of the one we did at King's Island. Woodstock Express, some good airtime.
Very good.
Nice wooden coaster.
Roller coaster data Brett approves, so.
Right, one more to go. Hopefully we're going to get on it. Brett's determined to get us on this.
We're not getting on it, we're getting on it for sure. We're doing everything. If we need to get a pass, we're going to get services. If we need to get someone who's a little kid, we're getting a kid.
So we're going to get on it, so let's go for it.
I'm leaving now.
All right, oh yeah, he's going, so.
This is where my two passions in life clash. I'm at a theme park till 10 o'clock, but I also love WWE wrestling. There is a pay-per-view tonight that starts in 5 minutes. and I want to watch it live whilst I'm on their time zone. But I'm coming back. I'm going to ride the rides and watch.
He's going to be antisocial.
I'll see you in 30 minutes.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
see you in a little bit.
Thank God for that. The day can continue well now. Here we
That's
go.
the best news we've had all day.
It is, right, let's go. No, the best news was the head. Oh. Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking, right, let's go. We need to go and get ahead and get on some more rides. So we've done it. We've completed all 14 roller coasters here at this park. What time are we on, Brett? Like 6 o'clock? 7 o'clock, yeah. So not too bad. We've got like 3 hours to go. We've done it. That was easy as well, even though the sign did say that you need a kid. We went down there and the guy was really friendly, wasn't he? Didn't even have to like question it. We were straight on, so it was quite fun. It reminded me of an RMC, these little hills down here.
Little coaster, I mean, it's interaction with the trees.
Yeah,
good ride.
That's it, we've done it. So we've got 3 hours left. I want to do Copperhead Strike again and also Fury 325. I want to do the observation tower next, I think, before the sun goes down, so we can get some nice aerial views of the park. And also I'll be able to film on that and take you on, so that's the plan. Yeah, we got on it. Happy days, all creds completed here at Carowinds. Right then, so we're going on the park's observation tower now, where I think we're going to get some absolutely wonderful views of not just the park, but also of Charlotte. I don't mean Charlotte as in my wonderful girlfriend Charlotte, that I am missing very, very much, but don't worry, there's going to be a present coming back for you. Yeah, we're also going to get some, oh look at this, oh wow. There we go. Look at all the buildings over there. Oh, this is wonderful. Fury 325. Tell you what, she looks like a right monster from on here. Ah, okay, so we've also found out that the Rapids is SPNO down here at the moment. Quite a big area down there. Look at that, all in the trees as well. Rapids ride, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the future. Definitely need some water rides here, at least one. Maybe a new build log flume or something that'd be good. Vortex down there. Nighthawk. Looking over towards the water park. Huge water park. You got a wave pool over there to the left and a wave pool to the right. Got the wind seeker there as well. Wouldn't quite like to go on that if we do get time. Afterburn over there at the back. Or Copperhead Strike. Tell you what, let me just zoom in on Copperhead. Look at all that track from here. Oh, I love it. Look like a massive track there at the back. Blimey. God, that's crazy. Love that. An Intimidator over there. Oh, sorry, Intimidator. These are some great views from up here. And there you go, it's a full loop round. One more zoom in over to Charlotte. Alright then, so we've just had another front row ride on Fury 325. Bear in mind we've been on a lot of other rides here today, done all the other coasters. I tell you what, that thing has warmed up even more. B&M coasters don't normally change that much, do throughout the day. They're normally very consistent. With that, I think it's creeping into the top 10, you know.
It was like so fast on the front there.
That was ridiculously fast. A really, really intense ride that as well. I mean, we've got a night rides coming in a couple of hours, but that was insane. Like,
we sat on the front and when you get in the seat, you're looking up and you're going, wow.
That speed, and earlier on I mentioned that I didn't feel like there was loads of airtime. That time, I got 4 big moments of airtime coming over them hills.
The last few hills give some sustained airtime.
Yeah, they do, like even more so just. That coaster's going higher in my rankings. I think it's somewhere in the top 10. I don't quite know where. It's certainly not one of my top 3 or 4, but I think it could be in the top 10. So let's see what happens with the night ride later. I can't wait. We're going to go and try this Intermittent Drop Tower now, and then go back over to Copperhead Strike, have a sunset ride on there, and then it'll be back over here to Fury. Oh, look at that sun going down. And here we go. Is this the drop tower in the world that's got the biggest entrance sign? Because I think it is. I mean, look at that, drop tower scream zone. Comment down below if you know a drop tower somewhere out there that's got a bigger entrance sign than this. I mean, it's huge. Bear in mind, there's some people stood next to it. All the way up there. Absolutely massive. And here we go. Looks like it's a bit of a walk on. Here we go. We're joined by a couple of fans of the channel here as well. They've been watching for a while. If you're just wondering who the two people are that we're with, big fans of the channel, so we've done a few rides with those guys. Hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube. Check it out, we're here, ride stuff as well. We're coming on, we love a good Intamin. Let's go and give it a ride.
Riders, make some noise!
Enjoy your drop bike on Drop Tower.
Welcome back, how's it going? Time to ride
Here we are then back over at Copperhead Strike for a nice sunset ride. We've just done the drop tower called Drop Tower and it was really good, you know what I say? We drop towers, the smaller ones are normally the better ones. And that was very true with that one. I enjoyed it. Got some nice views from up there as well. They were all sit down, there was no stand up or any tilting or anything like that. Just your standard sit down towers. But we walked pretty much straight on. We had to wait one cycle, so not complaining at all. Very nice area around here. You got the mountain gliders there as well. These are really good fun rides. I don't know if you've ever been on one of them, Brett.
You get to control yourself.
Yeah, really good fun. There's a lot of flats here today. There's a big swinging inverter ship over there, the full 360 one.
Apparently this ride was at the other side of the park and they moved over here and rethemed it.
Themed it in.
Yeah.
Cedar Fair are going down the more themed areas, aren't they now? It's good to see.
It's gorgeous, isn't
I tell you what does need to go though, lockers. We've got to spend another $2. Must say there's been no option today to move the bags to other ones. At like Cedar Point, you can pay like $10 and move them all day. Not the option here, unfortunately. Yeah, look at this, what a beauty. Got a bit of stacking going on there though, look. One in the station, one there waiting to go in, another one here on this with the block break. But yeah, let's go and join the line. We're gonna have a ride on Copperhead Strike. Just another ride then on Copperhead Strike. It was deciding really whether we wanted to try the front row or do a back row again, and we did go for a back row ride again, mainly because of how it was earlier and going on my other mat coasters that I've been on, and normally at the back they are a lot better. So we're short of time, to be honest. Today I wish we had till midnight because we've only got an hour left. It's 9 o'clock, park closed 10 o'clock. So yeah, that was our last ride on Copperhead Strike. Would have liked to have done a few areas really, a few different seats, but we've got to move on. New park tomorrow, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, can't wait. But this park comes alive at night. I mean, you got lots of different flat rides here. Again, I would have tried these if we've had more time as well, especially the Mondale Top Scan. We'd definitely like to go on there, but we've got to keep moving on. We've got to prioritise. At the end of the day, we've got one of them back at Thorpe Park. I've not got Fury 325, unless that's what Thorpe Park are building where Loggers Leap was, I don't know. Can you imagine? But there you go, right, we're going to head round there, hopefully get 2 more rides on it. I must say that after doing Copperhead again, I love that coaster to bits. I think it's a brilliant ride, one of the best Mack rides out there actually, in my opinion. However, Fury, after that ride we had about an hour or so ago, that creeped into the top for me here at this park. However, there's 2 very solid coasters here. Both of them rides, in my opinion, are way up there and a lot better than any of the other coasters in the park. There's some other rides down there that I really like Afterburn was good, Intimidator, they were down here. However, Copperhead Strike and Fury 325 are up at this level for me here at this park. But yeah, there's a really nice atmosphere. I must say, it seems like there's quite a lot of shows here as well, a lot of live music, some really nice lighting around, and yeah, 14 coasters. Very coaster heavy here. I'd like to see some more other stuff put in. But yeah, let's go over to Fury 325, end the night over there with a couple of re-rides in the dark. Look at this, it's going to be a pitch black ride, especially that last one tonight. So bring it on. Now that is how you light up a coaster at night. Look at that. LED lights all the way up the lift hill. And then you got these big floodlights shining up at the supports there in blue and green. That looks absolutely stunning. 3-train service, about a 15-minute wait over there. And Alex is here somewhere joining us for our couple of rides here at the end. So we'll find Alex, get the stuff in the lockers, and we'll see when we come off and we'll wrap up the vlog from our day here at Carowinds. I'm sure that's normally lit up better than that. Really hoping for the letters to be lit up. I have seen photos, I'm sure it does. But here we go, all the station, all that green lighting. What a B&M beauty. Fury 325. It's definitely a top 10 coaster, look at that. I'm so lucky to be here and get to ride that. We'll see you when we come off. Our last couple of rides here at Carowinds. I just want to say a massive thank you to the team there on Fury 325 and everyone here at Carowinds. The operations there were absolutely incredible. So we managed to get that night ride in on the front row. We then managed to run around again and get another front row ride. And we did a back row and then a front row. So we've actually had 7 rides on there. But the best thing of that is, at the end there was hardly any queue. The last 3 trains all got 2 laps round. They were like, do you want to go again? And I thought it was going to be one of them things where they were like, oh yeah, do you want to go again? Well, come back tomorrow or upgrade to a season pass. But no, they were like, I took my seatbelt off. I was literally about to step off. And the host looked at me, she said, no, sit down, sit down. But if you want good, top quality customer service, a ride offering that just keeps on giving, this has been a great part today. Of course, Cedar Point, fantastic operations there too, both Cedar Fair parks. These have been absolutely incredible today. But there we go, Fury 325. It is a top 10 coaster. I came off it at night first time and I thought, is it in the top 5? Unfortunately not, because of how it rides on other rows. It's very much a front row coaster for me. You can really feel the trim brake at the back of the train. On the front it's not as bad, because obviously you first hit the trim. But what a coaster, it's somewhere there in my top 10. I'll be updating my list fully and making that public at the end of all of these vlogs for that top 10, because I'm not sure exactly where it fits in yet, but it's there. Here we go, announcement. No problem, thank you.
You enjoyed your visit.
I did.
Carowinds is now closed for the evening.
And everything's been open all day. 14 coaster creds today. My only negative really from this park is it's a bit coaster heavy. There's not much else in terms of other big rides. However, we didn't do 2 dark rides today. One was the, what was it called? The other park?
Versus Plants.
Zombies versus Plants, which was...
Zombies, I'm sorry,
and Boo Blasters. We'd already done Boo Blasters at another park and we didn't enjoy it, so we didn't give that a try. And the other one we were told by the fans of the channel who were with just here, they said it's more of a bit like Despicable Me, isn't it, where like it's a screen, and so we thought we'd give that a miss. When you've got coasters like Fury 325, Copperhead Strike, you've got to prioritise things. For me, best ride at this park, Fury 325, but not far behind it, Copperhead Strike, a brilliant Mack double launch coaster. Other highlights, the B&M Invert, that was really good fun. They've also got a couple of really awful coasters here. The wooden coaster that we did this morning, Hurler, that was terrible. And of course, the Vekoma Flying Dutchman, also terrible. Didn't enjoy both of those. But you know what? We're still operating. They're on 2 trains. They're open. Staff have been great here today. It's been sweating. I'm really, really hot again now after that. But what a fantastic day. Enjoyed the park. In the future, I'd like to see them put in maybe a large-scale dart ride. I've said that a lot this trip, really. But definitely a water ride. Get this rapids back open. That's what they need to do at this park. Give it a freshen up. Obviously, Knott's Berry Farm, that's owned by Cedar Fair, and they've done their rapids up for this year. So maybe something like that might be coming to this in the future. But what a park. I've loved it. How's it been, Alex?
I want to add to the bold statement you made to start with. The last few days, we've been really thinking over and over about how much of a bad time we've had at the 3 Six Flags parks of visit. Sorry, the 4 we visited thus far.
Some better than others.
Yeah, some better than others. However, if you watch these vlogs back and you've seen how our end reactions are to this moment right now, this is right at the end of this vlog today, go back and look at the Six Flags ones you may have already watched. Go and see how we left that Ouse Park. The lack of enthusiasm explaining our day at the park. Do you know what? As much as I was hoping that Six Flags people may be watching the vlogs from when we went there, I actually hope they're watching this vlog today more closely, because this is how to run an amusement park. Carowinds have gone above and beyond today. Yes, all right, there might not be some rides that we enjoyed as much. Yes, we might think they need another water ride, certainly a better dart ride, bigger, more high throughput ride. But I tell you what, this is how to do it.
We've travelled a long way for this trip. It's not let us down.
You know what? I'd have come here in a heartbeat. I'd make multiple days out of this place. It's beautiful, well themed, well landscaped, picturesque entrance, incredible operations. If a host doesn't know something, they go and find the answer for you. They don't expect you to do it themselves. Team have been amazing, incredible day, incredible company too, all around.
Best ride at the park?
Definitely Fury 325 for me today. Finish on those night rides there, absolutely sensational. To leave a ride feeling breathless, to feel empowered, knowing that every bad thing that's happened on this trip to us thus far was so worth it. Incredible.
There you go. Brett, what do you think?
I'm lost for words, mate. That was incredible. I've only had a handful of times where I've just had an experience like that. The customer service was second to none.
Brilliant, wasn't it that?
Me and Alex went round at the end there, and I don't think me and him have ever had such a smile on our face.
What a great...
I've never had like a 3 minutes of a ride where I just hands up the whole way, the biggest smile on my face, and they come in the station thinking that's it, and for us to get a one more time
on the front row,
and the members of staff go, let's go again.
And the fact they did it to the last 3 trains. I mean, I was on the train just before these guys. I wanted to make sure we all got a front row, but...
I mean, what a day, what a park. Everything about it has been so special, and spending with you guys has been more amazing.
Oh, Brett, well,
what a day.
Are you joining us for some more days? Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Keep going.
He's going to be here tomorrow. And of course, Fury's your favourite ride here, isn't it?
Fury's the best ride, but like Copperhead, like you said about Copperhead, it really took us by surprise.
There we go. That is all from this vlog here from Carowinds. Thanks for watching. I'm absolutely sweating. Oh my God. I'd just jump into a water ride right now if I could. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow, things are about to get even better. We're going to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. That means it's time to cue those credits. See you all tomorrow.